Hello guys, good day. This is Anne of Reinforce Me Club, your fellow positive reinforcer. Today we are going to talk about the art of strategic inaction. Doing nothing. About some problems wherein sometimes, we thought about, we are always taught that doing something can actually fix the problem. Doing something could mean progress. But a matter of fact is, doing nothing can also be a strategic solution to some of our problems. Not necessarily all, but doing nothing could actually solve the problem, making it more clearer. You allow time to really gives you a better perspectives about the problem. You allow time and your patience to do the work rather than sometimes getting frustrated about doing something to fix the problem, but it's still going to be there. You know that it's still going to be there, especially if you're trying to, especially if it's about the things that which are out of your control, like other people's actions. It could be weather, things that are out of your control. Now, why is it so hard for us people, human beings, to do nothing? Our brain actually have a need to control, wherein we get comfortable about controlling the situation. We feel like we're gonna win. We feel like we're gonna solve the problem if we are in control. But there are some instances wherein a problem calls you to do nothing. And sometimes doing nothing for us people, doing nothing can make us feel like giving up our control over the situation. Another thing another reason why it's hard for us to stay still when something happens, to do nothing, is that people have psychological tendencies which is in favor in favor over action, rather than even if doing nothing could be a better choice to solve the problem. This is why people sometimes make impulsive decisions, like especially those people who doesn't have control over themselves. They get easily overwhelmed. They're reactive to their emotions, reactive to the situation. It's easier to trick them because they want to be in control, but sometimes doing nothing is the answer. And we also think that doing nothing means, we fear out missing the opportunity to fix the problem if we do nothing. And we feel comfortable, we feel not comfortable, we feel a kind of discomfort about the uncertainty it gives us when we do nothing. Action sometimes gives us a sense of progress. And also, as per social expectations, we are taught to do something about our problems, to fix it. We're often taught that hard work and effort lead to results, and not taking action can feel lazy, irresponsible, even if sometimes it is the right choice. I also I also feel this way. I also feel like I want to control the situation. Although yes, indeed, sometimes it works. The solution works, but when I think about when I look at myself outside the box, I look like stupid because I know that in some point it's still gonna happen again, and I'm still gonna end up losing control over it. That's why I'm actually trying to find a good perspectives about this thing that I'm doing. Trying to fix problems all the time, to do something, and then I realized that look, it could work now, but still it's gonna happen again. The way trying to control over the things that are out of control, like example, you can relate to this, and it also happens to me. Other people's actions, things that offends you, things that other people fail to do, and then you try to make them feel bad about it. But even myself, I'm also a person, and I also have faults, and it could be some other ways. And sometimes when we have different standards too. When some people would do this to me and it's out of my standards, I would do something about it. I could make suggestions. I make, but at the end of the day, I know it's still going to happen again because my standards are different from other people's standards. There could be some people who have the same standards as I, but the people are different. So even though I was able to get control about the situation, but deep down, I know it's still going to happen again. And sometimes I really thought about why am I doing something about this situation? Because at the end of the day, it's still going to happen again. I will not going to change. I'm not going to change. Other people's wouldn't change. And I realize doing nothing is also an active solution, an active solution of choice to some problems. And now, when is doing nothing a wiser choice? Doing nothing is better. Is a better solution when our emotions are high. We don't make solutions. If we are too angry, too happy, so sad, that sometimes, people decided to cut their life, people decided to break up. Well, in some instances, yes, indeed, you have to do something to some problems, but some impulsive decisions are not true decisions. Impulsive decisions could be overwhelming, and you might gonna regret it. After all. So it's better to do nothing when your emotions are high. Another thing is that there are problems that may resolve itself in time. If you just let it go, okay, let it happen. Let the problem, be there, obviously. And just let time, gives you a perfect, perspectives about what you do about it. Don't not do anything today, not do anything after a week, until such time that you can really finally realize that, look, this is how it is. This is the perfect time that I can do something, and this is what I'm gonna do. And for sure, in that point in time, you're not too angry, too sad, overwhelmed. You're in your right mind. Sometimes conflicts do cool down in time. And that's what I'm thinking, though. I encounter conflicts with other people, with my significant others, even yourself. And then I realized that, yes, it's gonna cool down, though. Yeah, I can relate to myself because during conflicts, arguments, I feel like I mean, my emotions are overwhelming, and then yes, after the following morning, I finally cool down, and then to the point that you've forgiven the person. But yesterday, nights before, in the heat of the fight or conflict, you don't want to be with that person, and then after, you know, just 8 hours of sleep, then you realize, oh yeah, that was that was too much yesterday, and you know sometimes when the situation is out of control, like you're waiting for a test results, you have some tests, it could be pregnancy test or whatever test is that, for your it could be critical illness tests, which is out of your control. Once again, other people's actions which really triggered you, weather. Sometimes just waiting is the best policy. Waiting is the best solution. You can't change people. Just wait and see in time, in perfect time. If you can't take it anymore, then you might finally get the better solution for that. I realize that, I mean, it's better to do nothing to some problems, especially those problems which are out of my control. Not me, not my reaction. It's nothing to do with me. And it's the one best thing that I've ever I've ever realized that, wow, this is great. I mean, this is effortless. Doing nothing is also an active solution. Patience is a solution. And okay, I'm actually starting to really to actively realize that yes, indeed, there are some problems that I didn't do anything, but it's really nice to know that doing nothing is a solution. And you know, for you to be able to get to be comfortable about doing nothing, is that you have to reframe your mindset that waiting, doing nothing is an active choice. Patience is a strategy, not not just a positivity. Patience is a strategy. Patience is a strategy. Thank God. And it's also important to really trust the process instead of obsessing over the problem and trying to fix it. Just trust the process. Patience is a strategy. I love that line. Patience is a strategy. And if it's really important also to tame ourselves. Sometimes it's hard, but when you conquer yourself, when you learn to conquer yourself, then it's easier to conquer the rest of the things, of the people outside yourself, when you know how to conquer yourself. And it's even hard to conquer ourselves still. It's never easy. So if you can't take it anymore to really choose to do nothing, it's way better to practice mindfulness, stay present, focus on the present instead of obsessing over the problem. And ask yourself if this situation, if does this problem really matter in a year? If not, it may not need an immediate action. Now, once again, patience is a strategy, not just a positivity. Waiting is an active choice. Now, overall, it's hard, but sometimes doing nothing is actually doing something. We allow time, clarity, and perspectives to work. Now, I hope I shared something valuable today. And if you ever love this episode, you can follow me in YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, even in Amazon Music. Reinforce Me Club. By the way, this is Anne, your fellow positive reinforcer. I do appreciate your time and have a lovely day ahead. Thank you.